Have you ever had that strange feeling, like someone is watching you? Even when you're alone, or maybe in the dead of night. You've heard whispers, but no one else was around. You're not alone. Tonight, we're diving into 5 true horror stories, not tales made up for thrill. These are real events, experienced by real people. And trust me, they will stick with you long after the video ends. But before we begin, you're into dark mysteries, true horror, and spine-chilling real-life stories, then hit that subscribe button right now. Prime List is your home for the eeriest tales on the internet. Now, get comfortable. Maybe check if your door is locked. Turn the lights down, and let's begin. Story 1. The Man in the Walls. Jessica, a 24-year-old graphic designer, moved into a modest 2-bedroom home in a quiet neighborhood. Perfect for someone who loved working late nights without any interruptions. Everything was fine, until strange things started happening. It started small. The bathroom light would turn on by itself. Dishes would be slightly rearranged. She blamed herself. I probably left it like that. But then, food started disappearing. Not entirely, just a slice of bread missing, a yogurt half-eaten and tucked back in the fridge. She thought she was losing it, until one night, she noticed the attic hatch slightly open. She lived alone. She was too scared to check, so she called the police. They found signs of recent activity in the attic: blankets, wrappers, even a small lamp. Someone had been living there. Turns out, a man had been sneaking in through the basement, accessing the attic from inside, and living quietly in her home. For weeks, he watched her sleep. He knew her schedule. He lived in her walls. When the police arrested him, he said, "I liked her silence." Jessica moved out the next day. That house is still up for sale, unclaimed. But here's the disturbing part. He had journal entries, dozens of them. He wrote about her routines, her habits, her phone calls, things she did when she thought she was alone. One entry simply read, "She sings when she cooks. I think it's beautiful." Another read, "She cried last night. I almost comforted her." And the last one, it said, "I think she knows." Jessica still goes to therapy. She says she can't sleep unless the attic is sealed shut, even if it's not her house. Story 2. The Missing Hiker's Voice. Daniel was an experienced hiker. He had explored over 30 forests across the US, always returned safely, and always followed protocol. One weekend in early October, he set out to hike the Red River Gorge in Kentucky's stunning yet rugged wilderness. He never came back. Search and rescue were sent out. For 7 days, teams combed the woods. No more trace, not even a shoe print. But on the 8th day, something eerie happened. A rescue volunteer named Sarah picked up a faint signal on her radio. Static. Then a whisper. It said, "Help. I'm still here. It's cold." Chills ran down her spine. She responded, but there was no reply. The transmission was logged, and teams focused on that region. They found Daniel's backpack torn, oddly positioned next to a tree stripped of bark on one side, as if something had clung to it hard. But Daniel was never found. 2 years later, hikers in the same area reported hearing whispers at night. One even captured it on tape. A faint, chilling voice saying, "Don't leave me." Experts analyzed the audio. No signs of tampering. Was it Daniel? Was it something else? Locals now call that part of the gorge the Whisper Trail, and DFR. No one hikes it alone. Here's the creepiest part. Rangers found claw marks, deep, ragged ones. Not from an animal, not human either, and all around the area where Daniel disappeared. The trees are bent inward, like they're leaning to listen. Story 3. The Silent Patient. Maria worked as a night nurse at a psychiatric hospital in New Jersey. Most patients were calm, medicated, monitored, except for room 9. The patient had no name, no ID, brought in after being found alone in a field, staring at the sky. He hadn't spoken a single word, not even once, but every night at 3:17 a.m., he would sit up, wide-eyed, and stare at the door. And he would smile. Not a warm smile, not even a creepy one. It was empty. Maria got used to it. Until one night, she fell asleep during her shift. When she woke up, it was 3:25 a.m., the door to room 9 was wide open. The patient was gone. Security footage showed him walking out of his room, then disappearing mid-hallway. Just vanished. Frame by frame. No more glitch. No shadows. 1 second he was there, the next, he wasn't. No trace was ever found. Weeks later, Maria received a blank envelope at her apartment. Inside was a photo of her asleep, time-stamped. 3:17 a.m. They checked cameras. There were none. And no fingerprints on the envelope. She quit the next day. Room 9 was sealed. No one talks about it. Some say he still smiles, just in different places now. Story 4. The girl in the photo. In 2009, a man named Craig found an old Polaroid camera at a yard sale. He bought it for $5, hoping it still worked. He took it home and snapped a few pictures of his apartment. They developed normally, except for one. A photo of his hallway showed a young girl in a white dress, standing near the corner. Craig was sure no one was there when he took the photo. He was freaked out, but he shrugged it off as a camera glitch, until he started seeing her again, in mirrors, in shadows. He threw the camera away, but the next day, it was sitting on his kitchen table, with a fresh photo. The girl was now standing behind him. He called a paranormal investigator. They stayed overnight. At 3:33 a.m., the investigator's camera caught a cold mist forming near the hallway, and the sound of a child giggling. They left before dawn. Craig moved out a month later. The building was later condemned. No official reason given. But some say, if you walk past the north side of the building after midnight, you might hear giggling. Others say the camera still works, and it still captures her. Story 5. The house that called back. Karen had just moved into a new apartment. Small, cozy, affordable. She noticed something odd on day 1. Her landline phone would ring once. Just once. No caller, no more sound. Just a single ring. Always at 1:11 a.m. It happened every night. One night, she answered it. There was silence. Then, she heard her own voice saying, "I shouldn't be here." She dropped the phone. She told her landlord, who laughed it off. But then he paused and said, "You're in Unit 4C, right?" Karen nodded. He said no one had rented for C in years. The last tenant went missing. All they found was a phone off the hook and a voicemail. It simply said, "I shouldn't be here." Karen moved out immediately, but the phone kept ringing. Even in her new apartment, she disconnected it. Then it started ringing. On her mobile, the number calling. Herself, the voicemail. Don't answer. She hasn't answered a phone since. Some stories are told, some are remembered, and some stay with us. Tonight, you've heard 5 of the creepiest real horror stories that remind us the scariest things aren't in the movies. They live around us, quiet, hidden, watching. So next time you hear a whisper in an empty room, or see a shadow where there shouldn't be one, remember, you've been warned. If you enjoyed tonight's video, help us keep the chills comments, subscribe to Prime List, hit the bell icon, and let us know in the comments if you've ever had a creepy encounter of your own. Until next time, stay safe.